Hey man, what it is, this is Deem and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. Y'all know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you send $2, $200, $2,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Terrence Crawford, man, I'm a fan of you, sir, but we gotta talk. I thought y'all told me that Jerron Boots Ennis don't bring nothing to the table, but Chris Eubanks do. Chris Eubanks. I love Bud Crawford, man. As far as him in the ring, I don't like. This is the type of stuff when I tell y'all why I don't be liking him outside of the ring. This is why. This is why, y'all. Chris Eubanks Jr. is a bigger money and legacy fight than Jerron Boots Ennis. When if you fight Jerron Boots Ennis, you could be undisputed for a third time. You'll skip 154, skip 160, you'll go right to 160 and fight Chris Eubanks Jr. Not not Laura. Not Laura. If you're gonna go to 160, fight Jamal or Laura then. That'll be I will be forced to accept that one. But to think that we're gonna sit up here and accept Chris Eubanks Jr. fight Jermell. I mean, y'all know how much I hated that fight after he was saying that he don't want to fight him in the butt. Fight Jermell or something. Do not fight Chris Eubanks Jr. Crawford. Y'all told me he was going after the big fights. That is not, I repeat, will ever be a big fight. Nobody asked for it. Nobody seen it coming. Nobody knew that was possible. Nobody cares. It's no way y'all telling me y'all would rather see Terence Crawford versus Chris Eubanks Jr. than Terence Crawford versus Jaron Boots Ennis. And we sitting here letting Crawford do the same thing we sitting here letting Canelo do. You're not going to fight Xander Zayas. You're not going to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. Fight Mario Barrios, for all that. You're not going to fight Mario Barrios. You're not going to fight Xander Zayas, a Jamal Charlo. Fight one of them, David Benavidez. You're going to fight Chris Eubanks Jr., Laura, because I always mess up his first name. You're not going to fight Laura. I could name about Errol Spence Jr., the second fight at 154. You're not doing that. And y'all know how much I hated him saying he wanted to fight the winner of Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu. Fight one of them. Do not fight Chris Eubanks Jr. and then come over to my channel and other channels and tell me that Bud Crawford won't fight Boots because it's not a big fight and it bring nothing to the table. Talk to me. Bring nothing to the table? Nothing to the table? If you could go find me a boxing fan anywhere that would rather see Terence Crawford fight Danny Garcia, you're not going to even go back on your word and fight Danny Garcia. But Chris Eubanks Jr., I will not accept that, sir. Not after all the reasons you said you wasn't willing to take the other fights. Errol Spence Jr., Jaron Ennis, those type fights. While you were saying you wouldn't take those fights, I guarantee you, Jaron Boots Ennis and Terence Crawford on a pay-per-view with a great undercard do way more numbers than a Chris Eubanks Jr. If you go to the PBC and do a Jaron Boots Ennis and Terence Crawford at 154 main event, a Jamal Charlo, put David Morrell on there. It's no way you telling me that card don't sell way more than anything the Zone about to put on with Chris Eubanks Jr. as the headliner. Y'all know I gotta get a little animated, y'all. Come on now. Y'all been telling me, D, he going after Canelo. D, he got to do the rematch clause, D. I mean, if he ain't have to do that, then I'd like to see him fight. Well, that is the situation. Now y'all was making excuses for him fighting Keith Thurman after he said he wouldn't do that. But I'll much rather see that than sit up there and see Chris Eubanks Jr. That's what we doing, y'all. I'm wrong now. I guess I'm wrong. And I'm a Terence Crawford fan. I guess I'm wrong for wanting to see him in good fights and not against Chris Eubanks Jr. Didn't y'all tell me that Gervonta Davis don't fight top 5 guys? Chris Eubanks is that? Y'all out here crapping on Frank Martin, but be okay with Terence Crawford fighting Chris Eubanks Jr. Don't they got the same trainer? Last time I checked, don't they got the same trainer? Never mind even that part of it, though, that they have the same exact trainer. Boxing is just like when you let people of Terence Crawford status and his prestige and what he means to the sport of boxing get away with fighting the guy he fought before Errol Spence. I forget the guy's name because don't nobody talk about him no more. That's my point. Forget the guy name. We say it all the time. I forget to just begin with an S. I forget the guy name because he's nobody to remember. Chris Eubanks Jr. over Errol Spence, jaronennis, Jamal Charlo, Caleb Plant, Xander Zayas, Laura, Keith Thurman, Tim Tszyu, Danny Garcia. Just the list. It's a laundry list. Mario Barrios. I mean, it's a laundry list of people that you could fight and not fight him. What are we doing in the sport of boxing if this is true? I hope it's not true, y'all. I'm hoping that this is not true, that this is just hogwash, but I'm going to talk about it because if it is true, I'm cooking him. Love you, bud. You said you going after big fights is why you won't fight Jaronennis. There's no way you are convincing me that you fighting Chris Eubanks Jr. is going to be a large fight. I got to see that. I got to see it to believe it. I don't know not one Chris Eubanks Jr. fan, not one. There's more Regis Prograde fans than there is Chris Eubanks fans. You want to say, oh, well, he over there in the UK. Man, just because they in the UK don't mean they like them. That is a misnotion that everybody in the UK likes every fighter from the UK. Do we like every fighter that's in America? No. No, we don't. And I know that Chris Eubanks Jr. is not a star over there either. He's not Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury? No. Crawford, man, I'm just saying, bro, give us something, man. Like, dag, bro. Like, you ain't gotta give us, like, all right, you don't gotta fight Boots, bro, but don't fight Chris Eubanks is all I'm saying, my guy. Give us Errol Spence rematch. Give us the Jermell Charlo. Go ahead, give us Jermell. And I don't even like Jermell no more. But give us the Jermell. Give us the Jamal. Give us the Eddie. Give us the Laura. Y'all know I'm about to mess the man name up. Give us Laura. Give us Danny Garcia, Tim Tszyu, Keith Thurman. Give us one of them then. Even though your captain said that you wasn't going to fight them neither. Give us, I mean, Lord have mercy. But do not give us Chris Eubanks Jr. and expect everybody to be off the rockers talking about how this fight is going to go. This fight is going to go how a fight like that will go. Chris Eubanks Jr. going to lose. That's how that's going to go. I could tell you now. We could save the dramatics. This how this going to go. If Terence Crawford don't stop him, he's going to win unanimous decision. There you go. That's the fight. Just because he going up in size, yeah, I hear you with size. Skill level still matters even with size. I've seen plenty of small guys. Look at Canelo. I've seen plenty of small guys knock out bigger guys just because they don't know what they're doing as well. That is a fact. That matters in boxing. It only don't matter when a bigger guy is just as skilled as the smaller guy. Like if Terence Crawford tried to fight David Morrell Jr. or something like that, then he going night-night. Night-night. Y'all know what this is, man. Dean by any means. Man, set up that fight with Boots, man. Get that young man his opportunity, man, or drop the belts, do something, give Errol Spence his rematch, fight Xander Zayas for all I care. But what I will not accept is for you to be sitting up there fighting Chris Eubanks Jr. I have never talked about Chris Eubanks Jr. Didn't think I would be talking about them, but I guess we got to. I holla at y'all.